Thanks so much, Katleho. From our youth who are talented to those who we want to protect. When I heard the story yesterday, well, I was not just shocked. I thought we need to talk to someone to get some clarity and also to shed some light on this. But it's been 3 years since Cezanne Visser, or like we know her, Advocate Barbie, was sentenced to prison for indecent assault of 3 teenage girls. And I know that this was a crime that sent shivers down the spine of any parent. And looking at this, now 3 years into her prison sentence, she has been released on parole. Now, with us on the phone is Vincentia Dlamini Ngobesi from Women and Men Against Child Abuse. We're talking about Advocate Barbie's release and also what it means for this country. Vincentia, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Alana. How are you?
Good morning, very well. Thanks for joining us on Expresso. Now, the first thing I want to know is, what was your reaction when you heard the news about Advocate Barbie and the fact that she's released on parole?
It was just, one of those shocking news and a disappointment to say that, what, in 3 years' time, she's out, and looking at the nature of crimes that she was convicted of, it's actually disappointing in terms of our justice system. Because what went wrong in the beginning, the term that was, she was given for her crimes, because these are lifelong effects on the victims, but she just served 3 years, which is nothing. So that's where we stand right now.
I hear where you say, you feel that it's nothing. She served 3 years in prison, but the teenagers and the girls involved, they will be scarred for life. I look at this and I want to ask the question, do you think that she served a long enough term in prison? What do you think should have happened?
What we've always been saying, whoever commits these sexual crimes against children, they should get, harsher sentences, maximum sentences that are going to be imposed on them, so that they should not also get parole. Because what happens normally is that they get these, very ridiculous sentences, and when they go to prison, there are no children. They behave. They are okay in prison. Some of them decide to be pastors and everything. They come out of the system and they reoffend. That is where we stand and saying that, we as a country, we actually failing our victims in terms, because we want sentences that are going to put a deterrent to other sexual offenders, to say that you are going to pay there are serious consequences for your actions. But we're seeing these things not happening. But we hope that afterwards, because the other thing that we're so concerned about were the victims informed when the parole process was on, to say to the victims, do you know that she has applied for parole, and that you also have a right to come and sit to the parole board and actually say what you want to say. But then most of the time we don't see victims being consulted when people apply for parole.
I look at this and I think, and my question is, Advocate Barbie, does she go on a sex offenders list? I mean, what will this mean to protect our children in South Africa? Does she go on another list, like a child protection register?
Yes, she obviously must go to the sexual offenders register, but it's for the Department of Social Development to ensure that she is put on the child protection register, so that she does not have to be in contact with any institution that deals with children. She does not foster children. She does not adopt children. That what it means is that we don't want her near children, because she's unfit, unsuitable to work with children. She's a danger to the kids. So we just want her not to be part of the whole children care. Yes.
Well, thanks so much for giving your inputs on Expresso this morning, and thank you for what you do as Women and Men Against Child and Women Abuse. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me, Alana.
Only a pleasure. Only a pleasure. Well, they were speaking about it. You probably just heard it. Cezanne Visser, or like we say, aka Barbie Visser, or Advocate Barbie, she's been released on parole. And we look at this and we always say, like we mentioned yesterday on the show as well, that hopefully by speaking about this and talking about it, we can heal the wounds of abuse. And that's why we're speaking about it and talking out about it. And hopefully our children in orphanages and all our children all across the world are protected because we are speaking up. Leigh-Anne, what are you up to?